everybody, it's Doreen and welcome back to my 5-day silhouette Christmas card series. So we've already done day number 1, so now we're working on day number 2, and we will be using the silhouette, of course. So what does our card look like for today? This is the card that we will be making. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how you can make this card. Okay everybody, so let's go ahead and bring up the supplies so we can get started with day number 2 of the series. So now this card is once again a silhouette card, and it is from the Silhouette online store. So we're just going to go ahead and start putting our layers together. So now you get all of the pieces, or I'm sorry, all of the file contains all the pieces that you'll need to put this card together. Now it may seem like you're doing a little paper piecing, but you're really not. What you're doing is just layering up the card, and once you've got all your layers together, you'll add them to your actual card. So this is our first layer, and everything was cut using the silhouette. And the next layer we have to add on is this layer right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some tape on here, and I'm going to use my ATG gun to do this. Now you want to make sure you're trying to get in between those stars because you don't want to get tape on there. Eventually we are going to do something with those spaces when we finally get ready to do the embellishing that I'm going to do for this card. So I'm going to go ahead and add this layer, and I'm going to line this up as best I can. And now I have that layer. So now we'll start adding the rest. So our next layer, and I am using some of this metallic cardstock again that I had left over from day number 1 card, and we're going to place that layer right there. So let's go ahead once again and get some tape on here. And this is a really simple and easy card that you can make when you've got a lot of cards that you have to make like I do and get them in the mail. My whole goal was to get my cards in the mail by at least the first week in December, or actually the second week in December. So I'm pretty much done with the ones that I really needed to get in the mail, and those are the ones that I didn't do a video on. These are cards that are going to be hand delivered, so I had some time to go ahead and get those made. So next we'll add our final layer, and I believe it's going to go this way. So we'll add that layer right there, and it's got even like a little door back behind here. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take and put a piece of transparency back behind there because I want to make it look like an actual window. So let me get a piece of transparency and put that back there, and then I'll be back. Okay everybody, so I'm back, and I've got my little transparency piece back here in the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. And it looks like this on the front, and if you're wondering how I got that in there, I have these little tiny scissors, and I kind of just cut a piece and then I just trimmed it. And I see I have some pieces here I still need to trim, so I'm going to do that. And we need to trim this piece by the chimney. And these scissors, because they're so tiny, they work out great for getting into those really small spaces that you need to get into. So we should just go ahead and go around here, and then we're all set. So now I got one more little piece I want to trim, and then we're going to go ahead and get some tape on the back of the whole piece, and we'll add it to the card. So we'll get up in here with our tape, and then because I've got this small area here, I'm just going to take my Tombow and get that piece. And now we can go ahead and add this onto the front of the card. Let's make sure we're over here on the edge. And then we'll press this down. So now we've got our layer, and then we've got our transparency back there to make it look like a window or windows. So let's see. There's some areas that I missed with the tape. So I'm going to step off camera for just a minute while I get some tape on the back of here. I didn't put any tape to hold down the transparency piece. So now we're all set. So then the last thing we're going to add is our Santa with the reindeer. And that'll be placed right there. And I'm going to use my two-way glue because I don't have any tape from my Xyron machine, so I'm going to have to use this. So I'm just going to dab this all over everywhere. And I was very pleased that when I went to cut this out, it actually cut that string or the tie that holds the reindeers together, and it didn't break. I thought for sure because it was so thin that the reindeer were going to be split apart. But it worked out great and it cut it just fine. I would say make sure you have a new mat or your mat is sticky. And I actually am using the mat that I have been using all year to make all the cards that you've seen, the videos that I've done. So that's why I was very surprised that and very concerned that it was not going to cut and it was going to break. And I think one thing I want to do is just open this up. Oh, I forgot I never taped it to the card, so there's nothing to open up. And I'm just going to line this up here and place our Santa down first. And then we'll add everybody else. So there you have it. There is our top layer of our card. Now we can take all of this and we can add it to the card. That's one of the things that I like about layering, because you do all your layering first and then you add, once you're all done, you add everything to the card. So we're going to take all of this and get some tape on here, and then we're just going to add it. And then we'll be ready to do a little embellishing. That's the fun part. So now we'll open up our card and we'll add everything to our card. And there you have it. There is our Christmas card. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add a little sparkle and maybe a little bling, and I'll come back with the finished card and my envelope. Okay everybody, so I am back with the finished card and this is what it looks like. So what I've done is, in some of the spaces of the stars, I took some silver stickles and put that inside some of the stars. And then of course I added my bling just sporadically all over the top part of the card, and I added some in here, and then I put a little red bling on Santa's hat. And then I also went ahead and added these little snowflakes. Now these were actually buttons, and I just took the shank off the back and glued those down. So that is the outside of my card. And then for my envelope, I once again did do a box envelope, and I used the We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board. And then I just stamped out Merry Christmas using my Stampin' Up! White stamp. Ink. And then I added some little snowflakes here. So that's it everybody. This is my card for day number 2 of my 5-day silhouette Christmas card series. So now, come on back for day 3. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.